Pramana, and therefore he quotes Upanishadic statements to support what has already been discussed. The main point is Atma and its experience stand alone. There is no other experiencer apart from Atma. Shloka 18 says that whatever is to be known is known by Atma. Atma knows all that is to be knowable, but it itself cannot be known by anything else. It is the knower, but cannot be made an object of knowledge. All other knowledge is possible only when there is separation between the knower, known, and the knowledge. The triputi. But Atma Jnana is not like this, because Atma is the very principle of knowledge. Just as we live in the atmosphere without stepping outside, the whole cosmos is filled with this knowledge. And we live in that knowledge because we are covered by knowledge. We cannot objectify it. One may say, I am Brahman or Prajnana Brahma. But the statement, I know Brahman, is wrong because it implies separation. The Atma is knowledge consciousness, is different from the known. Vidita, the unknown, avidita. Many people think, I don't know Brahman now. After sadhana, I will know. But this is not correct. Sadhana only removes impurities and confusion of the mind. Then the experience appears by itself. Our life normally moves between known and unknown. But this does not apply to the Atma, because Atma is awareness itself. Even calling something unknown means there is already some awareness of it. Otherwise, we could not say it is unknown. Thus, even the statement, I do not know, implies knowledge that I do not know. Awareness is unbroken, both in knowing and in not knowing. The knower of known, the knower of unknown is the same. Ignorance itself is known as an experience. Therefore, Bodha Swarupa, the nature of pure knowledge, can never be denied. To maintain this point, one must become subtle with meditation, concentration, pranayama, and asanas. Shloka 19, Bodhe. The 19th shloka points out another beautiful idea. People ask, where is consciousness? What is consciousness? How can I know the consciousness? But even these questions cannot arise without consciousness. The inquiry itself is because of awareness. When the thought of Atma comes and goes, one feels, I do not know Atma now, but the knowledge that the thought has gone is itself consciousness. If one says, I forgot Atma, that forgetfulness is also due to consciousness. So, how can Shastra give consciousness? If consciousness is already there, and if we search for it using the consciousness, no one can give it to us, just as a human being cannot be made human. The doubt, I do not know, still contains knowledge. I know that I do not know. This cannot be denied. Thus, whenever doubt arises, simply notice, I know I am doubting. That is enough. Shloka 20 gives an analogy. If someone says, I doubt whether I have a tongue, the very act of saying this is by using the tongue, whose existence he doubts. It is an absurd doubt. Similarly, when someone says, I don't know Atma or Brahman or consciousness, it is equally meaningless, because all doubts, questions, and the entire thought process arise only on the background of consciousness. Even the doubt appears in the consciousness. If one cannot recognize the substratum of all the thoughts, and once one imagines, I do not know Atma, and this single confusion becomes the basis of all other confusions. By noticing this point again and again, I am aware whether I know or I do not know. The presence of all-pervading Atma becomes clear. And Sloka 21 shows how to practice meditation on Brahman. All objects that are perceived are dismissed as objects. Using the 5 koshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya, one separates what is consciousness from what is inert. Objects are not conscious, but objectification is conscious. Sense organs are matter, but the seeing or hearing process that happens through them is consciousness. The mind is not conscious, but the thoughtfulness or mindfulness is consciousness. The intellect is not conscious, but intelligence is consciousness. Just as a mirror cannot produce light, but can reflect it, the mind, the senses, and the intellect reflect consciousness and appear conscious. By moving from object to sense organ to mind to intellect, one finally reaches pure awareness, which one is unconditioned and uncontaminated. Karma may be good or bad, but cannot contaminate consciousness, which is ever pure. Good and bad karmas affect only the objects and situations, not the pure awareness that reflects on them. Thus, purification is not of consciousness, which is always pure, but of the mind's mistaken identification with the inert. Through sustained contemplation, separate the consciousness from the inert and recognize that the self is always pure and abide in this pure, all-pervading awareness, which is Atma. Hari Om Swamiji.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः श्री शङ्करानन्द गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोहग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। Atma cannot be an object of knowledge. That was the theme discussed here. यस्मिन् यस्मिन् नास्ति लोके बोधस्तत्तदुपेक्षणे तद्बोधमात्रं तद्ब्रह्म इत्येवं धी ब्रह्म निश्चयः. So how can we determine what is Brahma is? So Brahmadi, the determination of Brahman, it can be experienced or it can be practiced by this method. Yasmin yasmin nasti loke bodhaha. So whatever objects are as objects are perceived objects, so they have no consciousness Only they exist, they have existence, but manifested consciousness is not there. Therefore, the objects cannot know what is happening and what they are. So, if we know this, our mind, body, intellect, all these are objects because we know them as object. You might remember that in Tattvabodha we had discussed aham mama, my and my, I am and my, what is connected to me. So me and mine, aham and mama. So I am different from what is mine. So what is mine is connected to me. So what is connected, it's, since it is connected, it cannot be me. So this was the traditional logic used there to distinguish, separate what is not me, what is me. So the similar thing we can do here. So yatra yatra bodha, where there is knowledge, so that is me, and where there is no knowledge, that is not me. So yad bodha matram tad brahma. So the deepest understanding of that awareness or the pure consciousness, that bodha matra. The bodha matram, when we say, it has no attribute. I know this, I know that. So in that, normally we add objects there, attributions. So which is without attribution, that is yad bodha matram tad brahma ityevam brahmadhihi. So this is the same practice we had already discussed in Tattvabodha. So that is how we can determine what is Brahma, what is consciousness is. So we will again discuss this in the next slokas. And the 22nd sloka says, Pancakoshaviveka sakshi bodhavasheshatah swaswarupah sa eva sya shunyatvam tasya durghatam. Now, as mentioned in sloka number 20, people ask, what is consciousness? How can I experience consciousness? Where consciousness is located and all those. Here, Mahaswamiji says, Panchakosha parityage sakshi bodha avasheshataha. When we dismiss 5 koshas, how we dismiss them? Seeing those 5 koshas are without consciousness. So they have no consciousness, they have no awareness. So by this logic, when we dismiss all 5 koshas, sakshi bodha avasheshataha. So one who is dismissing, the dismisser, will be remained there. So the awareness of that dismissal will be remained. The dismissal will not go, because you know I dismissed, I know I accepted, I know that I am in the process of knowing it. So you see, in each and every bit of our actions, are within our awareness. As I said in last class, if you forget something, people say I forgot means I don't know. No, it's false. If you forget, you know it, I forgot. So how you know it? So this is the consciousness. Now, what has been forgotten, that is as an object, is not framed in the mind. It's not appearing in the mind thought process. So you say, I don't remember. But still you know that you don't remember. I don't remember that name. I don't remember that person. I don't remember the place. So you are locating it. So certainly you have some idea, no, some basic idea, some unclarified thought process there, which we call it as subconscious thoughts. So we can call it, because after some time we recall it. So the recalling is the connection in between. So it can happen. Therefore, you cannot forget. So the forgetting is just a process. Like you delete something in your mobile phone. The deleting is also a program there in the mobile phone. But once you delete, after some time, if you are not using it, recovering it, then it may go, and instead of that, something else will be stored. So this is what is happening. Similarly, the forgetting is also a program. It is a function of brain. It happens like that. So you know that I forgot this because for many years I am not remembering it. I never recollected it. So I am not recollecting it. So you know the reason why you are not recollecting. You know what you are not recollecting, and you know you are you know that I knew this sometimes before, but now I am not recollecting. You see, all past, present, future, you have the connection with the clarity. So now when you have all these in a clear picture, how can you say you don't remember? You remember all those things, all those process. You only you are in that condition, and that the condition of mind, you are unable to visualize that object because of some reason. Yeah, mostly it is because of after a long gap, the recollection comes slow. That's all. But it would come if you remember that, if you try to do that. So therefore, Sakshi Bodha Avasheshataha. Ultimately, Sakshi will be remind. So that is the ekanta. We say, no, we are in isolation, we are in ekanta. So the actual ekanta is, if you know the Sakshi Bodha, if you can remain in that, you will be in ekanta. And only you remain there. Your bodha, your Sakshi Bodha remains. So that is the original, that is the ultimate isolation, ultimate ekanta. So if you practice this, whenever you want to go to ekanta, you can go, you can stop the mind, and objects are there for you, objects are not there for you, only you are there. So then you are free. You have nothing to do with all the happenings around. So Pancakosha Parityage Sakshi Bodha Avasheshata. You see, this anybody can practice. It's not nothing special to a special person or something like that. Anybody can practice if you have the idea, you have a you are interested, you can, if you put your effort, you can do it. Swaswarupa eva syat. Shunyatvam tasya durghatam. Therefore, if there is no object, perceivable object, you think there is nothing, shunyam, non-existence. But non-existence cannot be there. Hence, swaswarupa sayeva, because swaswarupa is always there. Rather, we can say you are always there. So, non-existence cannot be. Existence cannot be denied. We all know, already we have discussed this in detail. So this is the Swaswarupānusandhānam. This is we call Swaswarupānusandhānam. Swasmin sthitihi, Swatma sthitihi, Atma Ramaha. So all this word used in Vedanta is connected with this idea. Swaswarupa eva syat. So when we are isolated in deep sleep, we can say we are completely isolated. Naturally, we are isolated in deep sleep. Nobody is there. So the same thing can be experienced when you are in waking state, if you know the technique how to reach out Sakshi. So Sakshi bodhava sheshataha. So swaswarupa eva syat shunyatvam tasya durghatam. So it cannot be attributed. Non-existence cannot be there, and nobody can imagine that. So the real nature of self is one with consciousness, unchangeable consciousness, unchangeable awareness. So this awareness, we call it asanka, unattributed, untouched, uncontaminated, asanka. So it cannot be mixed with anything. It is beyond all functions, actions. So therefore it is Shuddha Asanka. Nitya Shuddhoyam Atma. We always chant in our daily chantings of Vedanta, Nitya Shuddhoyam Atma. So Atma is ever free, ever pure, because it cannot be contaminated. Asti tavat swayam nama vivada vishayatvatah swasminnapi vivadaschet pradivadyatra ko bhave. Now, here Vidyaranya Mahaswamiji is asking, interestingly, he is asking, Asti tavat swayam nama vivada avishayatvatah. Asti tavad swayam nama. You see, you can deny all others, but you can't deny yourself. So swayam nama asti. You see, how can you deny yourself? So on self cannot be denied. So why you are worrying about? And if it cannot be denied, it means it will not die. It cannot be killed. It cannot be separated. So you don't have to worry about any change, what is happening with you. So asti tavat swayam nama. Vivada avishayattvadaha. You see, there is no argument, no objection about this. Nobody will argue that I am not. Nobody will argue this. So vivada avishayattvadaha, not an object of argument. This is not an object of argument. Now people say, no, that's okay. I am there, but I am not Brahman. I am not consciousness. I am not Satchidananda. So how can I experience Satchidananda? Now you see, you want to experience something already there with you. So if I say I am there, I am fully here, but I want to experience Satchidananda, I want to experience liberation, I want to know this, I want to know that. Now, if you see you are here, you are there, I feel that I am. Then if I am not Satchidananda, I am not existence, then what I am? Who am I? If I am not Satchidananda, who am I? What is my character? So people may say, no, I am body, I am this, I am mind, I am my intellect, I am so and so, I have this, I have that. All those attributions, they count. That is very, what you say, unfortunate, which, no, by birth, we are used to that. So if you just change your mindset and think that I am there always, these are all outside attribution. It comes and goes. And now other thing, important point is, and people always say self. Now when we say self is consciousness, self is consciousness. When we say, people think their mind goes like self is possessing consciousness. Now when I say I have money, so what people understand, normally what we understand, I am possessing some money. In my possession, I have some money. That's what we think. So similarly, when I say I am conscious or I have consciousness, I am Satchidananda. So the idea goes like this. Idea is conveyed like that, that the person is possessing consciousness. Is it right? I said that's the problem. The self is not in possession of consciousness. There is no possessing process. But self is consciousness. Now, if self is consciousness, then why you are worrying about Satchidananda? Why you are worrying about consciousness? It's always there with you. Now you may ask, but everything is okay, that's fine, but I could not believe in this. I am unable to accept. So then you have to do some practice. You have to do enough study of Vedanta, Manana, contemplation, meditation, as I said. Is everything needed? That's your problem. Your problem means your problem with intellect, problem with the mind, problem with preconditionings, problem with your habits, the habitual impressions which are there in your mind. Those are making all these commands, all these ideas like that, changing it. So when we repeatedly study Vedanta, after many years, we feel the same. There is something is missing, that I understand everything, but I am not that. I am not Brahman. I am unable to declare it. So it means all your study is waste. You see how we can't say beyond this. This is the best way to say about this. What the Acharya is giving us the knowledge. The swasmin vivada state. Vivada means if you are doubting on yourself, it's too bad. So you want to possess consciousness. You want to possess liberation. Like you are possessing all your things around you, all objects. Similarly, you want to possess God, you want to possess Satchidananda, consciousness, this, that. But self is consciousness. So self is not conscious about itself. Now you see, if self is conscious, self is consciousness, then self cannot be conscious about self. That's another problem. I think you are getting me what I am saying. Okay, so there is two words we have. As I said, self is consciousness. Okay, that is fine. You accept it. Now the problem is, self is consciousness. That is okay. This is a statement of Vedanta. As I say, you accept it, you hear it, you understand it. Now, immediately what you think, that's okay. But I am not always conscious about myself. Right? You think about that, no? So you see, this is as a statement. It's what we call it as a perfect statement that self is consciousness. So this is a statement, right? Now this statement, when I speak, when I say this, you understand that self is consciousness is very good, very fine. We know it. It's completely right. Okay. Then just you observe your mind. The next mind says, the next thought says, that's okay. Self is consciousness. There is no doubt about it. But I am not always conscious about myself. So this is what we think. So this is the problem. This is the problem what we are having. No other problem no connected with this. So now you see, if self is consciousness, then the Vedanta says, just now the last class we discussed it, and again we are going to do, then this self cannot be conscious about itself. So what your mind says is right. Mind says self cannot be I cannot be conscious about myself. That's right. No, it cannot be conscious about itself, because it is consciousness. Now how can we experience that? The other question comes. That's okay. Self is consciousness. Self cannot be conscious about itself. That's okay, right? Now, how we can experience it? The third question comes. So these 2-3 questions are there in our mind when we study all this. When we think about God, also like that. The problem with God is like that God is everywhere. Who knows? How can I experience God? How can I see God? Arey bhai, you are God. So how can you experience God? God says, I am with you. Now, why you want to experience me? I am the experience. I am with you. I am one with you. Without me, there is nothing. So we study in our scriptures that God made everything. And God is the indweller of all beings. God is abiding all beings. So the all beings means me also one of that. Yeah, right? So obviously God is abiding me also. God is abiding in God is there in me. So now why I am searching for God? Because this is the problem. Because I think that God must be an object. God must, my mind must know God. Mind must be conscious about God. Then only I know God. Then only I can get it. Now, from where this problem happened, this bad tendency of knowing, experiencing, because this all life, whatever we feel as we know, we are conscious about it. We are making that thing, whatever, as an object of our consciousness. Similarly, we want to make God also as an object of our knowing. The consciousness, Satchidananda Brahma, also an object of knowing. Everything we want to make it. Then only we can think like that. Now, it cannot be made object. It's repeatedly Vedanta says avididad adhi. It cannot be vidita. It cannot be made as an object. So you have to free all your process of knowing. Then only you can experience that. Therefore, so the substance of self, go to that substance of self, the background, the base of the experience. You go beyond experience, then the self can be experienced there. So we use the word experience, but there is no experience regarding Atma. Swasatve tu na kasmai chidrojade vibhramam vina adayeva shrudirbadham brude cha satvavadinaha. Swasatve tu na kasmai chidrojade vibhramam vina. Swasatvam. It means nobody accept or say, feel their absence. Swa asatvam. Swa asatvam. So swa asatvam tu na kasmai chid rojate. Nobody likes to say, I am not there. Unless that person is deluded, vibhramam vina. If he has some problem, some delusion, if he is deluded, then he may say like this. But a normal person who understand he is normal, he will never think that I am not. So no, he will never accept his absence. So kasmai chid rojate, nobody like it. So vibhramam vina. Therefore, Kathopanishad says beautifully, astityeva upalabdhavyaha tattvabhavena chobhayoho. The last chapter of Kathopanishad says, first you accept the existence of God, existence of self, existence of yourself. Stop denying, stop doubting. Then hopefully you will experience that one day. Katham asadaha sajjayeta. No, you cannot deny Atma. Na sado vidyade bhavo, na bhavo vidyade sataha. Bhagavan also says in Gita. So swa asatvam tu na kasmai chid rojade. You sit and try to deny yourself. And give me the answer next week when we meet. Sit, try, I am not this, I am not this. This is possible, but you can't deny yourself. Rather, you accept all other things. When you try to deny yourself, you know what you think? No, I have this problem because of this. I have that problem because of that. And you will connect all activities around you. Even for a chadam, even for a moment, you cannot think that I am not. It's impossible. So therefore, adayeva srudir badham brude cha asattvaatinaha. Therefore, Shruti says, Veda says, these people who are denying their denying existence, asattvaatinaha, they are shunyavaatinaha. They are in false. No, they are going to be in that position that they will experience non-existence. or none will ever say that I am not existing. So therefore, what the people say about it is totally wrong. It cannot be. Adayava srudir badham brutecha asattavadinaha. Because in Chandogya Sruti it's there, katham asadaha sajjayeta. How can non-existence produce existence? Na sattvam kasyajit iti brahma. So therefore, existence cannot be denied, and especially our own existence, which is always there, cannot be denied. So he is quoting the Shruti as usual. Asad brahmedi chedveda swayameva bhaveda sat ado asya ma bhud vedyatvam swasat tvam tvabhyupeyata. It says asad brahmedi chedveda asadeva tadbhavati. He himself non-existence, he attains self-denial. If he denies self, he attains self-denial. He himself become non-existent. It's not possible. So asad brahmedi chedveda swayameva bhaveda sat. So becomes non-existent himself. It cannot be. Ataha asya mabhud vedyatvam. Therefore, you don't try to deny all this. You don't try to deny anything. So whatever you see around you, the objects, they have existence. They are existing. So existence cannot be denied. And you don't want to deny your existence. Then if you try to deny others' existence, they also feel bad. Therefore, when we deny others, try to deny or try to disturb others' existence, they feel very bad. They react. So if you push existence or you support others' existence, that is we call as punya. So good karma that we can do, support others for their existence, their being. So ado asya ma bhut vedyatvam. Therefore, Atma cannot be made as an object. Vedyatvam. It cannot be objectified in that sense. Vedya, it cannot be made vedhya. Vedhya means the object of knowledge. It cannot be made object of knowledge. Then what I should do? He says, swasatvam tu abhyupeyata. You just accept your own existence. That's all. That's fine. So swasatvam. Swasatvam means existence, my own existence. You accept your own existence and try to be in that, remember that, be in that. That is called Jivan Mukti. That is called experience of Satchidananda. So you must accept your existence with Satchidananda as its essential nature. So remove all misidentification, all the qualification, whatever you added into your existence, remove all those, then all your problems are solved. Now you think, I have pain in my body. No, I have pain in my body, that's all, but I am not carrying that pain. Pain is there in the body. Only body can pain. The pain cannot come to you because you never say I am pain. Ever you said like this? I am having pain in my body. You never said I am pain. Nobody will say it. So if you are not pain, means the pain is not coming to you. You are separate from that. Similarly, happiness. Okay. So all what is happening in the body and mind, try to separate that. You will just know, you will be in a different world with this experience. You will see some play is going around you. All these are happening, and karma are coming, and they are fructifying. They are giving their effect, and you are experiencing that. Then, like, just you are leading your life. That's all. So this is how we can enjoy it. So there is nothing to worry. Ado swasatvam abhyupeyatam. So be in that existence. Now, the next sloka says again, the self cannot be characterized. Now you want, as I said, you want to make self something with some character, good and bad on those. As I said, you can say you have pain in my body is paining, but you can't say I am pain. So it means the pain cannot be part of your being. Pain can be part of your body. That's okay, that's fine. But pain cannot be characterized as yourself. You see how beautifully even the language, even the thought process says that. It means that is the truth. So if it cannot be characterized, how would be Atma? How would be? So he says, Kidrik tarhi di chet prichedi drikta nasti tatrahi yadani drik atadrikcha taswarupam vinischinu. Now you can see the tricks of Sanskrit language. As I said before, Sanskrit language has so much clarity, so much control over its grammar and formation. The subtlest thing can be delivered, communicated in a perfect way, because it has full control over the grammar and formation of words. So now you can see a play of words here. Now what is now in this sloka, 26th sloka, be little very attentive of this discussion. So what the last word said, swasatvam tu abhyuveyata. So last word in the 25th sloka it was, you be in your existence. You must accept your existence and be in your existence. So that is what it said. Now, kidrik tarhi chet prichati. If you ask what sort of thing that self is, in which I should be, which I am, which I am, what I am. So we have discussed about existence, consciousness, and bliss. This is the characteristics of Atma. And this is always there. It cannot be denied. And even then, if you ask, kidris tarhi chet prichet. If you want, you ask again how the self is, what the self is, what sort of thing is that self. Then, idrikta nasti tatra. Idrikta. Idrikta. Idrik means like this. Like this is called idrik in Sanskrit. Okay. Now, from this is making a noun, proper noun about from that. So like this cannot be noun, no? If you want to make a noun out of like this, idrikta. So idrik become idrikta. So it means like thisness. Like this and like thisness. That's a proper noun made of like this. So Atma has no like thisness. That is what he says. Idrikta nasti tatrahi. So Atma is Satchidananda. Now you ask, what is Satchidananda? We say, we translate it existence, bliss, consciousness. Now you ask, what is existence? Existence is being. We bring another word for that. So if you ask, what is being? So you are, that is being. I am, that is being. This is when I say this is being. And if you ask, I am what I am, you are what you are, what I am. So then what we can say is, because this is the, when we ask this, we are searching for a comparison. If I ask what I am, somebody should say you are like this, you are like that. No, normally what people answer for this, so you will have this experience, that experience. When you sit for meditation, the Atma will come in front of you as a light beam, no, some ball like light or something, and some you will see some color, and you will see this, I see that. Oh, this is Atma. This is how Atma I am going to experience. Then you think, oh, I got it. People ask us, after studying all this Vedanta, what experience you have? You please tell about your experience. Now, nobody can say that. When somebody asked our Guruji, our Vidyakuru Swamiji, somebody asked this same question. So you are here in Uttarakanshi for more than 50 years. You are doing tapasya here. Now, what you experienced? What is your experience? Then he smiled on that person. We were there. We are all there when this question was asked, because we are all were laughing. We know that what Swamiji is going to say. Then Swamiji said, "You see, now you are here. You are in front of me, and you are asking this question." Said, "Yeah, I am asking this question. I want to know what experience you have after this." Then Swamiji said, "Now I am seeing you and you are seeing me. This is your experience. This is my experience. So this is my experience." So then what does it mean? So as you see yourself, you are seeing me. As I see you, I am experiencing me. Because when somebody asks how you experience yourself, I can say, because I am seeing you, so I am there. If I am not there, how can I see you? So this is the experience, because experience cannot be, Atma's experience cannot be or could not be explained. So therefore, if somebody asks what Atma would be like, what sort of thing Atma is, what Atma is like, then the answer is, the likeness or like thisness is not there in Atma. You cannot compare Atma. Now, if you cannot compare, then what is Atma Swarupam? If you want to say something about Atma, yadrik, yad, anidrik, atatrik chataswarupam. So, which is unlike this, unlike that. Now, what you understood? Yada, if you want to know Atma, I can say this is not like this is not like that. Anidrik, atatrik. So, which is unlike this and that. Unlike that, unlike this. So you cannot make a statement about Atma. So it is very difficult. Now, I don't know what you understood from all this. People will think, oh, now there is nothing. Many Vedantins say even Atma has no character. Atma is beyond even Satchidananda. People say this because they have no words to say, which is very wrong. Nowhere in Vedanta, nowhere in Shankaracharya's works or any other Vedantic text, it is said Atma is beyond Satchidananda. It is people's imagination, because after studying Vedanta, they think they understood all this. So Atma cannot be Satchidananda. If I say Satchidananda, it is like a character of Atma. So I have to say something beyond that. But nowhere it is said Atma is beyond Satchidananda. So beyond Satchidananda concept is totally wrong. When I ask what Atma is, my question arises from the objective perspective. So the objective concept, the answer can be Atma is not an object. It is beyond objectification. So vidita avididabhyam bhinna. That answer is there. But is never said Atma is beyond Sat. Now you see, beyond Satchidananda, when we say, what would be? Atma is beyond existence, beyond bliss, beyond consciousness. Then what it is? It is Shunyam. If you deny all these three, it is Shunyam. So why they say, why they people are confused with this? Because they don't know the difference between Swarupa Lakshanam and the characters of something, characters of Atma or attributions of Atma. So the Swarupa Lakshanam, Tadastha Lakshanam, we have two. The Swarupa cannot be denied. It may be beyond words. It doesn't mean something is beyond words. It doesn't exist. It doesn't mean. Because words cannot describe it. Therefore, we say it is beyond word. Yado vajo nivartande aprapya manasa saha. So people misunderstand this concept of beyond words. They say yado vajo nivartande aprapya manasa saha. Then how can we say Satchidananda? Satchidananda is also three words or the compound of three words. How can we say that? Because this Satchidananda is also a word. So this is totally misleading. And yes, there is a discussion about jnanam, the knowledge, and the lakshana of the knowledge, the potentiality of the state of the knowledge. That is something different. But if somebody wants to identify what Atma is, the identification is not possible. Therefore, he says, you want to identify Atma like something. I want to identify one object like something else because my brain works like that. The brain's process is comparison. The brain compare with all others. So the definition is only possible with an attribution. This you just carefully listen to this statement, because when we say which is yadrik, anidrik, and atatrik, it is not like this. It is not like that. What does it mean? It means definition. If you want to ask a definition is only possible when an attribution or a comparison is there. Where there is an attribution, where there is a comparison, then you can give definition. And it is not there in Atma. There is no comparison, there is no attribution. Atma is incomparable. Okay. So, therefore, it cannot be said like that. Now, these two words, when I say something like this, so the like thisness is connected to the object which is near, right? When I say this means it is just in front of me. I can see it. That is something near. And when I say that means that object is remote. It is far from me. Right? In that condition, we use this and that. So you see, this and that, these two pronouns are also comparative. So compared to my object which is near to me, compared to the object which is remote to me. So it is now Atma cannot be said like that. Tad dure dadvantike, Ishavasya Upanishad says. You cannot say Atma is remote, Atma is far, and you cannot say Atma is near. So it is not remote, it is not very near. Now, why? Because it is not only near because of its universality, it is everywhere. So which is everywhere? It must be with you, it is near to you, and it is far from you. It is far from you and it is near to you. So now, how can I say Atma is near to you? If I say Atma is near to you, you will think, oh, Atma is near to me, but it is not there. It is not far from me. So you will think only with that. So it's a problem. It is a dilemma that you can't catch hold of one idea, then say this is Atma. So you have to deny all these conditions, all these attributions, all these comparisons. So now what left? If you remove all those attributions, all those comparisons, nothing left. The definition, you can't find a definition. You can't make a sentence without this. When I say I am here, no? I touch here and say I am. It means I am not there. Now, when I touch here, what does it mean? It is here, it is not there. When I say there, it means it is not here. So everywhere, these two opposite, what you say, the opposite idea comes. It's a function of brain. Our brain functions like that. It always needs comparison. So we are worried about this, worried about that, and we compare ourselves with all others. We even compare with our two hands. So when we see two hands, I say, oh, my this finger is like this, this finger is like this. Oh, the two hands are, both hands are my hands. Now, why we should compare them? But still we compare. So in this way, when we think about Atma, if you want to define Atma, the definition is given with comparison, with attribution, with some objective functions, actions, nama, rupa. Therefore, we want to deny all those. We do not want to accept any condition related to Atman. So therefore, it's said like that. So the same idea is discussed further. That one more sloka. Akshanam vishayastvidrik parokshastadriguchyate vishayi naksha vishayah swatvad nasya parokshata. Akshanam vishayastvidrik. Now the idrik and tadrik. If you want to know what is idrik, what is this? Like this, like that. No, like this, like that. So this and that, as we know from grammar, it's a demonstrative pronouns which shows nearness and remoteness. Okay, if something is remote, then we use to demonstrate that the pronoun is used that. And near, we use the pronoun this. So what is this? He says, Akshanam vishayastu idrik. If an object which is in perceived which is perceived by aksha or sense organs, is that eyes can see the object, akshanam vishayah, then that is called idrik. Then that is called this. So this I am seeing this book. So my eyesight aksha is indriya. My eyes are seeing the object. My ears are hearing the sound. It means the sound reached my eardrums. So akshanam vishayastu idrik. There we use the pronoun as idrik, man, like this. And parokshastu tadrik. And if something is remote, it is far away, then we use tadrik, like that. Now this is connected with vishaya. This is connected with the objects only. It cannot come to me. So vishayi tu naksha vishaya. Now you see this vishayi, the seer is not an object of sense organs. Now there, how can you say this is or that is or that or this? You can't use this. So vishayi tu naksha vishaya. It is not an object of this. Therefore, the definition connected with this cannot be given, or the definition connected with that cannot be given. So these two ideas of nearness and remoteness cannot be used, and you cannot think without these two ideas. So you need, if you want to say something, you will apply this this or that. So this is book, that is chair, and this is cloth. Like that, you always add this and that. So without this and that, no idea is conveyed. And this and that is conceived and perceived by sense organs. So objective. So therefore, we simply say this is not happening with the Atma. Atma cannot be said this or cannot be said that. Vishayi na aksha vishayaha swatvad nasya parokshata. And this is swatva. Swatva means is very self. It's swatva. It's always there. It is you. Therefore, nasya parokshata. So Atma is not indirect. Atma is always direct. Immediate. There is no mediation between Atma and you. Now we will learn this immediate. The word immediate, what we use, no? IMMEDIATE, immediate. Now you will understand the inner meaning of immediate. Immediate means which is not mediating something. Nothing in between, nothing is there. That's called immediate. Immediate means sudden. There is no gap. So what is immediate is Atma is immediate because Atma is aparoksha. So parokshada means which is not immediate. Indirect. So direct and indirect, mediate and immediate. So Atma is always immediate and direct. Therefore, which is without mediation, no idea can be conveyed. Without mediation, mediation means here we have sense organs and mind or intellect and all those are mediators. So without this mediation, no definition can be given. Now somebody asks, who are you? What do you say about you? You say, I am this. I will first you pronounce your name. This, my name is this, and my whatever you may say, your country, your village, or your house name, or something you will add on that. Then you identify with that. If you try to say avoiding all those name and all those, can you say something about you? No, it's not possible. So very simple. Therefore, be with this swatvad nasya parokshada. It cannot be made indirect. So if you want to give definition, Atma should be indirect. But Atma is not indirect. Rather, Atma is direct. So therefore, the definition is not possible. Okay. So today we had very different kind of discussion, because all those words and ideas repeated in a different sense. When we started this Panchadasi, and the second after completing the 2 chapter, when we started the 3rd chapter, I told you, because from this chapter to the all like the 7th till 7th chapters is very, very deep and direct. So this is how Panchadasi discuss about Atma. So now nothing is left. After studying this Panchadasi, contemplating on this, if you get into that, then experience will come to you. At least the mind will stay on that. Yes, this is what is true. So this is how it goes. And again, we have interesting points in this chapter. Okay. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Yeah.
Hariom Swami.
Yeah, please carry on.
Swami, as you said in the last class, when the Atma spreads through the organs, it sees something, and that is why the second person or third person is the same as self, Atman. Today, through the sense, you said that through the 5 sensory organs, mind, intellect, ego, although all these are various attributes or departments of Atman itself, you can only understand objects. Since Atma is subtler than all the objects, and all these faculties are not that sharper to understand the Atma, it is not understood by these sense organs or various departments of mind, intellect, body, chit, or ahankar.
Yes.
Swami, since you also mentioned about Jivan Mukti. How is it different from Videha Mukti, another term, Swamiji?
How is different from?
Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti.
Videha Mukti is simply when the body falls after the prarabdha karma, that is called Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti is when the person is the enlightened person is there with his body.
Atma is the subtlest. It is a superlative form. Not so there is no comparison, or there is no positive degree, no comparative degree. It is a superlative degree. Atman.
No, we don't say even superlative, because it's all with when we say everywhere and all, always Atma is there. Then there is no comparison at all. Even the superlative is a comparison, no. So we don't go for that.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Swamiji, there is a question in the chat box. Swamiji, please explain again the answer Swamiji gave to the question. What is your experience?
What is?
What is your experience?
So the answer also, the answer our Swamiji give to the person, no?
Yeah, the Ushat Tata.
I think that is the question. So somebody came and asked Swamiji, what is your experience? You stayed here for so long and did tapasya. What is your experience? So his answer was, like, you are asking me the question and I am talking to you. This is your experience and my experience. It means it's very clear that you know it, you are asking, and I know it, I am answering you. So this is my experience. It means the presence of Atma. I am always conscious with Atma. So there is no different experience other than what we are having now. That was the idea. It means what we are experiencing is Atma only. We can't experience something very special in a very special day, special time. No. If we are talking, we are experiencing each other, or we are into that conversation. So how we experience the conversation, similarly I experience the Atma. This means this is what is Atma. So even that conversation, you are knowing each other, is Atma only, Atma's existence only. So this is my experience. So it means Swamiji wants to say, I don't have any special experience. I don't have a special day or time for our experience of Atma. So Atma is present. The present is the experience of Atma. So that was the idea. So it means it's not a separate thing that you experience after some time or like that. When you get into that, if you are aware about that, you are witnessing that, then you are knowing that that's the experience. That's the direct experience of Atman. So,
Sudha
yeah.
Verma, you can. Yeah.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Yeah, please.
In the first chapter, there was this Devadatta is the same as that Devadatta. Now, what you explained, is it like similar explanation of that term?
Yeah, that was in the context of Tattvamasi. No, Tattvamasi, when we say, there the identical position of Tad and Atma. Tad means Atma, and Atma is identical with this Jivatma. So that is a technical thing. We call it Bhagatyaga Lakshana. So Bhagatyaga we discussed there. Right? So it means there this and that is just for the sake of communication we use. Actually, only one is there. Because this Devadatta whom I see now is the same Devadatta yesterday came. So that Devadatta who came yesterday is this Devadatta only. Now this and that is the one. There is no thisness, there is no thatness. So that separation is identical with one. There is no separation as such. That's what the idea is. Bhagatyaga means we remove one part of that. So only Devadatta remains, but not this, not that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Swamiji, one more question is there in the chat box.
Yeah. Yeah, we can read out.
Yeah. From Vishnu, Yoga Sutra mentioned the need for Tivra Prayatna for achieving Samadhi experience. Which level is that experience? And is it easier to be seated in self with Vedanta by removal of misperception being discussed here?
Yeah, that is success, a different experience of mind. If you want to stop mind, the stopping mind, you need to do Tivra Prayatna, continuous effort, constantly Sadhu Dirghakala Nairandarya Satkara Asevito Dridabhumi. So you have to do continuously and intensely. So then only you can stop the mind. So there the Samadhi is stopping the thought process, stopping all the thoughts, and you become thoughtless. So that thoughtlessness is called Samadhi. So for that you have to do effort. If you want to stop thought, you just try and see how difficult it is. So that's what communicated there. And thoughtlessness is not what we are discussing here. Thoughtlessness is a state of mind. That mind can be used for knowing anything, knowing Atma, experiencing, that's okay. But the thoughtlessness, that Samadhi process is connected to mind. It's nothing connected to Atma. Even in Yoga Sutra, they don't say it's connected to Atma. It's connected to mind only. So different realms and different functions of mind. So accordingly, we practice that. So chitta vritti nirodha. So that is different from this. What we are talking is directly connecting to the Atma. Of course, mind is a factor. Without mind, even this knowing is not possible. But if you want to concentrate your mind, that part is a different part that you need to do many practices or continuous practice, then you can reach that. So that's the difference between these two. Okay, thank you.
No more questions,
Harihi Om.
Swamiji.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
Namo
ಗುರುಜಿ.
Namo.